Hope everyone had a good weekend, good Easter. Smash some chocolates, hopefully. Not too many. You don't want too much sugar. Smash the chocolates. That's what you do at Easter, isn't it? Just a few. You know, cruising along. Back into it. Another week about to start. Another week closer to Thailand in October. Yeah, boy. Cruising it. The boy Beach is going to go live, I think, in about, I don't know, he's on his way home, half hour. He'll be rinsing. I wonder who he'll be rinsing. Okay, you know the rules. You see me, I'm here. Fuck, the beard's getting grey. Might have to fix that this weekend. So it's been good. Good weekend. I hope the sound's good. I'm giving you proper sound. Not, what do the boys call it? Chinese car sound. You got the Rode mic. There's a video about that, the unboxing. Put that up yesterday, giving you some content. So, no, things have been good. You know the rules. I'll keep this up. I'm not going to say anything controversial. I won't talk about any clippers in Iowa. No LGBT plus on their balconies in Johnny M. I won't talk about them. They're not worth it. Give me a second. Let's turn this camera off. So, bye-bye. There we go. So now I can take the glasses off. Okay. Into it. Tuesday morning. Starting to get cold, eh? Jumpers out. It's about 18 degrees here in Brizzy. Don't like it. Not a fan of the cold. Take me back to Thailand. 30 degrees. Apparently, it is smoking hot over there, as it is in April. Mid-30s. I think Songkran on the weekend. What do they say? I'm just going to talk like a Thai then. Number 13. The 13th, it kicks off. It's kind of funny the way they say the dates. It's like June number 1, number 2. So it kicks off. Been talking to some friends over there. It's bloody hot. Which you don't mind for Songkran because you don't stay very dry. You know? Was there last year this time. Was there for Songkran. Got pretty soaked. Actually had an incident. I ended up doing one day of Songkran. It was quite interesting. I can't talk about that. As is, I'm going to smash my coffee. Sure, we'll get a few more people. We've got a couple in the chat. That's a couple more than what Colin gets. G'day, Colin. Big ups to Colin. I don't think Colin can stream at the moment, but g'day. I think Beachy might have hit him. Doing God's work is the beach. Should be a pretty good run this morning. School holidays, less cars on the road. You got to love that. People trying to save petrol. As you do. So it's being Tuesday, it's teamless Tuesday in NRL. That drops in about, I don't know, 9 hours, 4 p.m. Now there's no daylight savings, so be interesting. Manly got a big game Friday night. They're playing the winless St George's Dragons, who are just as likely to ask their first win against us, but let's hope not. So shouldn't be many changes. It was great effort, 52-18. I'll probably keep talking about that for another couple of weeks. All my mates around here, reminding them, 52-18. That's how we go. That's how we do it. So, yeah, Teamless Tuesday, Savo. Still now, I've got the microphone too. I can fix up. There's a couple of vlogs I'm going to finish off. Couldn't do voiceovers without a proper microphone. So, trying to still pump the content out. And then, what do we got? Sydney in a few weeks. I'll give you some content that weekend. We'll do the ferry run. We'll do the ferry from Circular Quay to Manly. That's a cracking trip. If it's a nice day like today, I might try to sneak into to Thai Town, which is in around near Haymarket. We'll sneak around there. Just pump the content out. We'll give you heaps. Because that's what we do. Man, that's right. Tanner, man, we pumped them. And if it hadn't have been for a disappointing last 13 minutes, it might have been 58-0. But they got a couple of cheap consolation tries. But it was good. It was a good, great night. Probably, I don't get it right. When you're in Thailand, when you're overseas, you get on a drink, you have a big night, and the next day, you're all right. You might be a bit tired, but you're okay. Oh, my potential's in the house. Let's see if you've got potential, mate. But then, like, I don't reckon I drank, like, I got stuck in the rums, a few beers, I was absolutely ratchet on Friday. Even got to work Saturday. Even when I went to work on Saturday, I was still feeling a bit, how you doing? Which I don't know what it is. When it might be the Thai weather, I don't know. But you go back to back to back to back to back there on the drink, no problem. So yeah, I don't know. Might also be the fact that you go to bed earlier. I'm not sure, but I was. And the moral of the story was, Friday I was shit, but it was worth it. It was a good night out. And I know I was home before midnight because everything shut at midnight because it was Good Friday. So I don't know, but it was good. And now they got the Dragons on Friday. They call it the pub game because it's 6 o'clock on a Friday night, and I finish work at 5. So I'll get home. It'll be easy. Just enough time. Get home, turn the telly on. I've got meal prep, so I'll just pop the dinner in the microwave. Bob's your uncle. So no, it's good. Exciting times, I'm pretty sure. So my accommodation's all booked for October. Been watching the flights on Skyscanner, they're starting to go up. So I got to make a quick call to someone today just to make sure I can go. And then flights will be booked tonight. Locked in, baby. And that's always the best. Once your flights are locked in, that's when it's like, yeah, that's the big one. That's the big expense. You know, and I think at the moment, Brisbane to Bangkok on Singapore, you're looking at about, it's gone up, it's just on 1,400. I could go, I think I might have spoken about this in the stream last week, could go Malaysian for about 9, but I'm not doing a 20-hour stopover in KL on the way back. My time is worth that $400. So stick to what I know. Like Singapore, it's like a really short stopover, hour and a half, you know, and you know that if anything happens, they're gonna get you home on another flight. So yeah, I think we're booking tonight because it's payday, and I think tonight we're gonna book, and then it'll just be, you know, pretty much just under 6 months to get everything saved, and we'll be away. You know, we'll pay 2 hotels, get that done, dusted, and I reckon by the end of May, everything will be paid for, and then it's just saving some. And I'm only going for 2 weeks, and I'm going to be spending most of it in Hua Hin, so it's not going to be. I'll probably take half as much cash as I normally take. The killer is Phuket. It really is. So I've been looking at a few things. I'm just wondering whether I might do the train from the airport. Like, I think I've got to go from the airport to another train station to go to Hua Hin. So we might just do that for the experience. We'll see. See how that goes down. A few cars on the road this morning, a few more than I expected. So yeah, that'd be something different. Because like you think about it, I've done the drive a couple of times now. Hopefully when I go back in 6 months, the roadworks will be fucked off. That was the big thing. Like it was about 3.5 hours from the airport to Hua Hin, and then about 4.5 to Pattaya. So we'll see, but we'll do things a bit differently. Like I said, it's going to be good. 10 days in Hua Hin will be pretty exciting. Chilled. Might go down to Khao Takeo, check out Chan Am, do a bit more sightseeing, a bit less drinking, and then, mate, it was the best, that game. I got to say, it was. I I was doing some meal prep during the first half, but had it on. The Eels went out to a 10-0 lead. The Tigers got back to 12. They got out to 18-10 before that sin binning. I got to say, Mitchell Moses is a great player, but Bucky's annoying. I hope they rein him in. He's not the referee, and I noticed twice yesterday he should actually be suspended. You're not supposed to touch the ref. Twice he touched the referee. If he didn't have that shit in his game, he'd be a lot like, because he's a great player. So I think it was a bit of karma. He took that dive to go ahead by 2, and then they got a high tackle. You know, another thing, Tan, there's a lot of Eels fans complaining about the offside. They did it in the first set in Golden Point. They were way offside, and he couldn't go for the field goal. He had to Jock Madden. He had to pass because they were so far offside. It's like, good on the ref for having have a set between his legs to actually call him out for a penalty. They should do it. If you're gonna break the rules, even in Golden Point, should be a penalty. Simple. If you lose the game, tough titties. There you go. But no, it was a good game. It was a good weekend actually. I enjoyed the game on Good Friday. The Bulldogs game. Been watching. It's funny, eh? It's actually good to watch. I've been watching a fair bit more footy, even with Manly not doing so well. I think the Tigers of this year's Canberra. I really love watching Canberra last year, and I think the Tigers have kind of become that team that are really good to watch, like Canberra were. It's good, but it's kind of like it's Penrith then daylight, unfortunately. But that could change. It only takes a couple of injuries, and you've got to always be wary of teams that start hot. You know, it's a 31-week season. You know, can Penrith maintain this for 6 months? That's the only thing. If they do, they may as well give them to the comp now. They're that good. But yeah, we're like, and the best thing is about this footy season, as it draws to an end, the closer it comes to being an end, closer it is to my holiday. I'll be in Wahin Grand Final day. That'll be good. It'd be kind of like having a daytime Grand Final, because it'd be on about, 3 o'clock Thai time. Back to the good old days of the 3 o'clock Grand Final. So it'll be good. It's just good. I should have done this last year. I think February, if I go February, October this year, that means I've got enough time to be back and go in, what am I doing? To go in April next year, maybe go Songkran next year, and then go December. Because I've been talking about doing December for almost 10 years now. I've got to do it. Fly out Christmas night, fly out Boxing Day. So do the family thing Christmas Day, fly out and do New Year's. Probably New Year's I'd do in Phuket. I don't think I'd do a New Year's in Wahin. I think if I was going to do a New Year's in Thailand, it's got to be pumping. Where Wahin, you don't quite get that experience. Maybe do, or even Pattaya. Do Christmas and do New Year in Pattaya. That'd be pumping. Yeah, but I could be playing my cards, or I might be living there by then. Got a few things in the pipeline. Okay, yeah, okay. So petrol's $2.21. Still shit, but not as bad as what it was. It's down about 30 cents, which is good. I'll get petrol probably Wednesday or Thursday. It's pretty good. I get petrol once a fortnight, and I've kind of been even more frugal with my car usage, which is good. You just kind of cruise along. like I said, I'll be leaving this baby up. I haven't said anything bad. I'm a reformed man. I'm pretty tame on the old socials in 2026. I must have finally matured and mellowed. But it's a great run today. It's about almost a 15-minute trip when it's school holidays. You've got to love that. Nice and chilled, having a coffee, having a drive, and talking to you good people. Because it's like, it's good, like I'm enjoying YouTube. I know a lot of people get hung up on numbers and all that shit. I don't care. I just put it up, and if people watch, they watch, And that's the funny thing. Some of the videos that I enjoy doing the most, they're the ones that don't get a lot of views. Like I can sit there and edit it. He might get 100 views. Then I'll go and do a short of me getting on the beers, sculling a beer on something, and he'll get 2,000. So it's not about that. It's got to be about what I enjoy doing. I enjoyed doing that little 6-minute one yesterday with the unboxing. It was a little bit tricky. I had to use, because I needed my phone to demonstrate, had to use the Insta360 Go 3, and it was good. I was a bit worried. I've kind of know where its sweet spot is. Like, the sound was good on that because I was inside, I was close to it. Whereas you do a walk and talk and it's a bit cooked. I discovered that in Bangkok and also in Phuket. So I don't know, maybe I might boot that off before I go. If I can, I might get the DJI one, if possible, just so I know you can have external mics. If I can do that, then we're going to be like pumping content. I do want to, I haven't really done a walk and talk in a proper, a lot of walk and talks around Hua Hin. I'm going to have, during the day, I'm going to have some time. So we might, we'll check out, I've only been to Bintabat and, what is it, Soi 88? I've only been there a couple of times, or Soi 80, I get confused. Do that and go down the beach and do some stuff, I'm even considering getting a bike. I just feel like it'd be a little bit more chilled there than Phuket. So I'm thinking about it. Maybe getting a bike or, and doing a bit of sightseeing on a little scooter. Did it once in Phuket, but then where I was staying, I had to cross the third road. It took me 35 minutes across the road. Almost stacked it, almost had a prank. I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that again. And I sat there for the 2 days. Looks a little bit easier in Hua Hin because you've got like all those little spots because the main drag's just like a dual carriageway, but you've got all those little spots where you can kind of go through and do that, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, we'll work out whether I go to Pat's or whether I go to Bangkok. Probably more content if I go to Bangkok, but Pat's is more fun. But, there's still a lot of Pattaya I haven't seen. Because I'm thinking, what is it, 10 days, 10 nights, 5 nights? Something like that. So it'll be good. And it's like, it'll be October before we know it. We'll do that, and then we'll do the whole, if we're there this time next year, the beauty, like I've said this before, the beauty of April is all the public holidays. You can pretty much squeeze a month because you've got Easter. There's 4 public holidays there. Got Anzac Day, and then you've got May Day. Normally, go early April, come back early May. It just kind of squeezes it all out, which is good. You don't, and that was the thing for, I take no holidays when I'm not there, when I'm not away, so they build up. Like, I come back, I've already got a week, or just under a week. By the time I go, I'll have me 2 weeks, be sweet. It's just so easy, hey. I'm just thinking, I've gone live, and that the Minster hasn't come in. Tuk driver, whatever he calls himself. One that always asks if we're on the beers, and I don't know what's happened. Hope no one's blocked him. So yeah, we've probably got about 5 minutes. We're almost where we need to be. Like I said, I'll leave this up. I haven't said anything controversial. Just shooting the shit with the subs, as you do. Balding's in the chat. How are you, sir? When are you going back, mate? Should try to tee someone up. I'm going to be there in October. At this stage, I've got to ask permission from the man in John TM. But at this stage, I'm saying it's going to be 10 nights in Wahin, 5 nights in Pattaya. Yeah, mate, I would have loved. It's funny, you know, I just got back and I see, you know, I've got a couple of friends that are over there and it's like, fuck, I want to be there now too. Well, let's be honest, I want to be there all the time, but, you know, that will happen. Just got to work a few things out, get a few ticks in boxes. But yeah, I don't know. This whole Pattaya, they do it for a week, Songkran. I don't know. After 2 days, I'm done. Like, last year was good. Like I said, I only did day one. I had pretty bad hangover and a slight concussion, which I'm not going to go into. So I spent day 2 pretty much in bed. But I've only ever done it in Phuket. Get that super. That's it, mate. You've got to keep topping the super, and it keeps going up too. And yeah, towards the end of the year, I'm going to make a few changes with the super. So I will. It will be going up even more once I do that. Trust me. With my plan. So, yeah, interesting times. And that's the other thing with me with this trip. I want to get it paid for, done, dusted, because you don't know what's going to happen with fuel and shit. And I don't want to go to book and, you know, it'd be $2,000, because then it's starting to get to the point where, hey, is it really, you know, feasible to go over there? So get it done, dusted, hopefully, if not today, tomorrow. Get it done while it's still 1,400, and then it's like a, you know, the whole trip will cost me probably, I don't know, just over 2, which is not bad. It's not like it used to be. Like I remember, we've done trips to Phuket in the past where it has been, you know, 12 days for under $2,000 back in the days of AirAsia. Balding asks, where do you think would be your retirement location? Mate, I would have, if you had asked me that this time last year, I would have said Phuket, you know, not Patong, but somewhere close by, you know, somewhere like Katu, or that little beach next down, Kamala or Qatar. But Wahin is where it's at for me now, mate. Hey, Lemonade, how are you, bro? Yeah, definitely will be Wahin. It's just, it's peaceful. Everything you want's there. It's kind of a good mix of Thai and expat for me. I think Tim Newton's he's in, I think he's closer to Phuket town. Like, he's definitely not in Patong. But yeah, he seems to live quite a nice life. But then, you know, look at him. You gotta really give him big ups. Like, he started that Tiger channel, and something must have gone down. He left it and he built it up and he sold it, I think. And then straight away, he starts up that Tim Newton Live, or whatever it is, TNT, and kills it. He knows how to get the content. He knows how to get people in. And yeah, see, I haven't watched Tiger much since he left. Because they used to have him and another bloke, and they had a very hot Thai girl on there. And yeah, just haven't watched it. I rarely watch his channel now. I only really watch his channel when something comes up. To be honest. Yeah, but you know, he built that from nothing. I guess his background was ABC in Australia, and he used to. See, I remember him from my school days. There used to be this show that ABC put out, Behind the News, and we used to have to. They used to let us watch it every week at school. It was pretty lame. 15-minute show, like, you know, all through primary school, and he hosted that for a while. So he's got that media background, and we're seeing that more and more over here too. Like people that have been mainstream media, something changes. Like there's a couple of rugby league journos that had a few things go on in their lives and got a sack from mainstream media, and they've just switched over to podcasting and YouTube, and they kill it because they don't have to jump through and be his PC. But no, like his channel's good, Tim. I do know a YouTuber who I won't name, fairly prominent YouTuber. He's out of the drama now, but he used to troll Tim quite a bit on Facebook. Used to question his sexuality and all that sort of stuff, but I don't need to discuss that, but it was kind of funny. But he runs a good channel. That's it. That's the important thing, and it's informative. I know I'm always at work, but he does his Saturday live streams. But yeah, definitely Wahin for me, man. My emails are going off this morning. Oh, that's a good thing I'm not. Yeah, no, I'm not sure if it was him or not, Balding, to be honest. Balding's trying to get me in trouble. Balding's trying to get me back in a drama there. But no, back to it. Wahin's definitely gonna be where I want to live. It's just so nice. It's and there's a lot of vloggers there. There's no shortage of content. Rocket Travels, Thailand Bound. Thanks, Balding. Thailand Bound's really good. I watch more of him on Facebook when I'm doom scrolling, which I like to do. The only thing with him is that he's a little bit thin-skinned, eh? Like he pumps the content, great content, and he obviously gets his fair share of trolls, and he, you know, that's what Al does. He gives them mare time. Just, mate, fuck them off. Your content's great. You live in the best part of the world. Just do it. Like, if he posts something, like he'll cook something Western, and they give him shit. Oh, you're in Thailand, why are you cooking Western? Because he fucking wants to. You know, he doesn't obviously want to eat, like I like Thai food, but I'm not going to eat it all the time. You know, and I think he made a good point. He goes, what if you got people have Thai wives? Oh, so you're not there because of all the shit that's gone down. See, I've heard some crazy shit that, because obviously Thai Airlines are still going Heathrow to Bangkok. I've heard about I watched Carter. G'day Leo, hey mate. Carter was talking. I got about a couple of minutes. I'm gonna call this. Yeah, Jeff Carter had I'm getting messages come through. Had people on his flight that had to pay $5 or $6 grand to get home. So you'd be thinking Thai Airlines are having a good time about it. You think they just put more flights on? Because, you know, the market's there if the other guys can't fly. So my understanding is it's just Thai Airlines and EVA that are going out of the UK at this stage. You know, so I guess they got to be careful, those mad Iranians. But sounds like the great Trumpies winning the war. They're just resilient as the Iranians. I probably shouldn't talk about that too much. But yeah, we'll wind it down. We'll give it we're almost there. I'll leave this up. Like I said, I've said nothing bad. Nothing's going to get me in trouble. Oh yeah, British Airways. And would they go through So they go through Abu Dhabi as well. You reckon I'd have contingencies, some of these airlines, like going through Singapore and stuff like that? You know, I watched Carter's latest video where he was getting home, and they ended up flying. He got to Abu Dhabi, but they stopped at Muscat first, just to fill up petrol. Apparently, petrol's cheaper. So anyway, guys, thank you. I know Beachy, if he isn't already, will be live. I think he's going to be doing God's work, which he's been doing on the weekend. You'll hear all about that. You know, he's been hitting the trolls and the hate speeches, which only Simon Beach can do. So now that I'm going, jump onto his channel. He'll be live. He'll be giving them a good rinsing. Okay, you know the rules. If in doubt, pull out. Cambo out. Have a good one.